I was hoping to sneak away and get a quick little off season in. We had a great playoff run, but you guys seem to have located me, which is fine. I'll answer your questions. We're about to get into the off season. I just wanted to run away from it for a little bit, but that's 100% fine. The first question we had was about Connor Brown. What a season he had. Absolutely beautiful season. And are we going to sign him back? We're going to have to take a really good look at contracts we have upcoming and see if we can really fit in Connor Brown. But I would like to sign him back. It is a target and a goal to get him back, but it all comes down to the money. It always comes down to the money. Money talks, and we'll see if Connor really wants to play here. And if he really does want to truly re-sign and take another cup run, right? The Stanley Cup is there for this squad. I do believe in them. We will be signing back as many as we can. Now, we are hoping that Connor Bedard... Sorry, guys. We are hoping that Connor Bedard's going to take that step forward, so some people will not make it. And some people will have to... the putting is off, boys. And some people will just have to hit free agency. I'm looking at mainly Patrice Bergeron as somebody that won't be coming back. And Connor Brown is not being pushed out by anybody. We haven't seen the draft yet. Maybe somebody comes in, but even then they'll be developing. But yeah, I hope that truly does answer your question. And we do want to sign Connor Brown back, but we can't sell everything off and we can't give him all the money we have. Big replacements needed with the loss of Bergeron. I feel like I just touched upon that. Yes, I do agree. Bergeron will be missed dearly, but I think it's time for Connor Bedard to step up and fill in that role. The organization feels that Bedard is ready for that step up, and we're behind him 100%. He wanted more ice time, and he is going to have the opportunity to take that ice time and prove he is ready for it. He will get all of Bergeron's big minutes on the power play, on the first line, and he'll attack it. And that'll be our replacement for Bergeron. We are firm in that belief. Next question.
Yes, well done there.
The power play killed us this year in the playoffs. Yes, we do agree the power play needs to kind of be restructured. We're going to have to get at looking at snipers to add into this squad. We don't feel that there was enough shots being performed on the power play, and that's something that we're going to have to address. Beautiful shot, boys. We are enjoying the offseason, though. I sent the guys away. We sent them on a little vacation. We told them to relax, freshen up, and come back next year strong. But with that being said, yes, we are going to have some key losses, and we need some guys to step up. Oh, that was a big miss. We needed that birdie. We wanted that birdie. Oh, and the power play will not be a focus of ours in the draft, but it will be a focus of ours in the offseason. Finding somebody to play along Connor Bedard to really help him turn into that monster we know he can be. Are we just going to golf, or are we going to get back in the war room? Yes, we are getting back in the war room right after this hole, and we are going to be attacking the offseason. We're going to be getting into our draft, attacking the offseason, and getting ready for another big push at our third season as the GM of the Toronto Maple Leafs. But much like how I sent the team away to relax, you need a little downtime. You need to digress. And we had a big loss against the Edmonton Oilers for the Stanley Cup, and we just need to take this time to relax and realize, we can bounce back and we can attack the third year perfectly. No, this season was not a failure. I do believe a lot of good things came from it, and what a miss. And I believe that we will step in next year and we'll have an even better run at the Stanley Cup. And how can you do better than second place? You win the cup, and I really hope we can bring this cup back to Toronto. I really do. I'm super glad you guys located me to ask me those questions. Now that we're off the course, the off season is coming to an end. We gotta head into the draft, and then we gotta get into the war room and see what we're gonna sign. So let's go. Get out of these clothes and shift over to trying to have another big season. We've had our relaxation time. It's time to go into the off season, do the draft, do some signings, and get ready for next year. But it's something we gotta overcome, and it's a push we gotta bounce back from this year, and something new next year. We did not get a draft pick, as we were in the Stanley Cup Finals. We're just going to take a quick look to see who retired here. And then we're going to get in the draft. Suter, Weber, Ladd, Seabrook retires. Yep. Justin Abdelkader. Another big retirement. Oh, Toronto loses Jordy Ben. That's a little bit of a heartbreaker in Toronto. Jordy Ben will be missed, but we bring him back into the organization as a scout. You know, smart move, smart move. And now it's what we've been waiting for. We pick 31st in the NHL draft. Let's view this draft class and see what could happen. The first overall player is a left winger franchise player. We might have to just absolutely blow up everything just to get this pick and try to add this franchise player to our already franchise player, Connor Bedard. We are prepared to offer 4 first-round picks to have our future on the next 2 players secured. And 4 first-round picks is not enough for that to happen. We'll add 31-year-old Colton Parayko to sweeten the pot. And that gets it done. Let's go, boys. We are making big moves here in Toronto. We are taking the pick. Franchise gem. Oh, Oscar has joined the squad. I feel like that was a big move. It's something we needed to do. We needed to make big splashes in the water. And our next pick is until 191. So coming into this draft with not too many picks, going into the next 4 years with not any picks at all, it's a little scary. But these 2 players we are riding our everything on. Our future, our core is being built. Bedard is ready to go, and we have just added his left wingman, his left winger, for the next decade. I feel like this draft was sound, and we did what we needed to do. Colton Parayko will be a big loss, but I feel like we can use that money in free agency. And like I said, Bergeron is somebody that is not coming back because we're going to have Connor Bedard as our first-line center for multiple years. So we're just going to let Bergeron go. I'm not sure about Pacioretty or Zuccarello just yet. Zuccarello was fantastic. And depending on his contract, 2 years, $3 million. Zuccarello will be coming back for that, $3.9 million. I'm comfortable with him playing second to third line minutes at that money. Rasmus Sandin. I would be more comfortable at 6 years because that gets him to 30, and it's only going to cost us an extra $200K per year. So I think we got to bring him back. Soderstrom is definitely coming back. Another one we got to worry about. We got to sign him. I'd love to see him sign for 7 years because we want to get our players to 30 because I believe at 30 we just let them go. He wants an extra $1 million to sign for an extra $1 million a year to sign for an extra 3 years. And I think we offer it to him and we see where he's at. We have a lot of cap space to play with, but we need to get these deals for cheap in order to keep. We are not giving Mark Giordano $4 million. We'll just release him now. In order to keep money on the cheaper for when Connor Bedard and Oscar Janssen sign. Oh, this one's a tough one. He doesn't seem to be developing the way I wanted him to. He's still young. He'll be our third line center, so we'll have to drop somebody in the second line. I don't think he's ready to take on that second line role. We'll give him 4 years at 5 flat, and let's hope he takes it. And then we're going to just sign all these two-way deal guys. Because they're good young prospects that we can leave in our system. And if they develop into something, they develop into something. But worst comes to worst, they're there for injuries. Clifford will keep him down there. He wants a 2-way deal. Sure, stay in Toronto. As long as the players that we're waiting for that haven't really popped off yet, they want to stay on 2-year deals, I'm fine with that. We can keep signing them to 2-year deals because, like I said, we need players in the minors. We will give him a contract and we'll let him go play in the minors. And hopefully he develops up to like a 75. And we'll just have to wait and see. Likewise with Musty, because we're going to need somewhat bottom 6 guys, and we need those guys to develop. 19 at 63 overall. You're probably just not going to be coming, but to be honest, we're going to sign our franchise player because hopefully we can get him in the roster this year. But as for Pacioretty, let's go see what we have at lefties. We're bringing Zuccarello back, but he's going to be a third liner. We got Mikheyev, but he's going to be a third liner. Brown, we don't need to bring Brown back after this year. Or do we offer him an extension? I don't know. We have to wait and see on that one. Palat is got to be a contract we look at trying to move. Maybe. We'll have to wait and see. We have to wait and see how everything shapes up in free agency. We don't know what's out there yet. D'Angelo is a pending free agent, and we did just get rid of Colton Parenko, so we might have to look at that. Anthony Mantha is a pending free agent. Maybe we can get lucky and get him. He'd be a good sniper to throw on the wing. But we just got to wait and see who signs and who doesn't sign. Pedersen would cost us something we don't have, which is a lot of firsts. And Mark Scheifele we don't need because he's a first-line center. And that's just not what we're looking for because we got Connor Bedard. Okay, so we got Lundstrom to stay. Zuccarello decided to stay. And Rasmus Sandin stayed, which is good. Soderstrom stayed, which is good. Oscar, we love it. What we're going to do is, while we view contracts, we'll go center. 85, we have Bedard, Lundstrom, and then it kind of tapers off. I'd be okay with Gaudette being our fourth line center, but we're still going to need a second line center because I don't think Lundstrom's ready to make that step. Even though we're paying him like he's getting ready to make that step. And then left wingers, if we don't sign back Pacioretty, Dylan Gauthier, I think we're moving on from Palat. So Zuccarello, Gauthier, Mikheyev, Drouin. We got to get the stud in there. And then right wingers, we got Terry for one more year, Connor Brown for one more year. So I think we're good at wingers. If we can get a big lefty to replace Pacioretty, we will. I'm not comfortable with this decor, so we need a right and a left D. We need right and left D. That's where we're going to be going. And just hopefully see how it goes. Marc-Andre Fleury. Samsonov is an 86 overall. I think we keep him. And I think we rock Justin Holl as our backup. We got a lot of goalie options down here. I just don't want to see us hurt Samsonov's potential and growth by keeping Fleury. So I think we let Fleury go, depending on what he's interested in. 2 years, 4.5. I think that hurts us in our back end. I think that truly does hurt us in our back end because we're going to need to spend that $22 million on defensemen. We don't want to get away from us, so we need to hire some scouts. Big guy from the Q here. Big guy from the A. We're gonna use our money. We're gonna throw it around a little bit, and we're gonna hire some big scouts. Got a big guy from the O. Scoop up this guy for Europe. We need somebody from the dub for the dub. We'll grab him for the dub. Get another one for the O, and one more for the U.S. developmental program. Hopefully all of them sign, and we just see how it goes. Okay, let's see who has available contracts. Let's see who free agency has lingering for us on defense. A lot of everybody signed. We might have to look at like a Devin Tays. Noah Hannafin and D'Angelo could be a good pairing, and they would be rather cheap to the point where we could maybe grab a forward. So we'll offer Hannafin a contract at 5.5 for 6 years. A little long, but maybe. We'll make that our pairing. 5.5 for 5 years, and that'll be mixed into our group, and we'll have a nice group of 6 right there. We're not going to go with a backup plan, and we're thinking about not a big splash, but Pacioretty is bad injury prone, and I don't want to deal with that this year. Let's throw Oscar Clefbaum some money, and he can fill Pacioretty's role until Oscar Johnson's ready. And let's hope that all 3 of these guys sign. Yes, we take that. We take that. We were looking at getting rid of Drouin, and that brings us in a 2nd round pick and a 3rd round pick. So yes, we do that. Connor Brown, don't lose too much morale, bud. We want you to perform or you're gone. These scouts are all accepting the offer, which is great. We're going to have a huge scouting department, which is good because Mikheyev for 2 seconds. We lose a 3rd in Mikheyev. I think we do that because we have a lot of wingers and we want to get Johnson in. We still need a 2nd, 3rd line center, and I haven't addressed that yet, so I've got to look at that now. And I think our wingers, Tarasenko, Brown, Armia, and Malgin. Zuccarello, hopefully we get to add Olofsson, Dylan Guenther, get rid of Palat, or actually move Palat to the right side, because we got to figure this out, and we will. But we need a center. We need a center, and we also need to figure out this defense situation. 3 teams are interested in Roslovic. Right now, my thought process is Roslovic or Stevenson. And I'm even kind of looking at Boyd, because he's somebody that could fall down to the 3rd line if Lundstrom takes that step. Or Dylan Strome, again, if Lundstrom takes that step. I'm starting to think we look at taking a third liner and stretch him to the second line. Let's take Stevenson. And we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Nobody's looking at Krejci, so maybe we'll make that our backup plan. Same with Johnson, and maybe Chris Tierney we fall on at the very end if need be. Still getting all of our scouts in here. Olofsson was extremely happy to sign with the organization. I like it. I like it. Hannafin was extremely happy. One more D-man and we're good. Tony DeAngelo was extremely happy. Chandler Stevenson and the team looks good, and he is extremely happy. So now we can look at kind of our goalie situation. Do we leave Wool down because we have 12 million in cap space, but we're gonna need that money very soon, right? We got Connor Bedard we're gonna look at signing him during next season, but he's gonna be big money, so we gotta be careful. The centers look good here. Everyone will be happy. Maybe move on from Malgin, because we've got so many wingers. Because we're going to need to get Johnson somewhere in here. And we'll figure something out with him. Move him down or something. If we move him, we move Malgin, we can figure it out, I believe. And then our defense is actually looking really good. Sandin and Soderstrom can now develop. Kamitsky can now develop a little bit and hopefully work his way up. And Murray can just be a nice, solid, sound third line defenseman and help Kamitsky grow. Goaltending, though, I think we need to figure it out because I don't know if we're ready to rock this goaltending. Let's see who's available and make our decision from there. James Reimer would be a sound backup, and so would Francouz. We're going to bring Reimer back to Toronto for 1 year if he wants to come. And I'm going to offer Walker a contract here to cover us for injuries. And we're going to bring Kaminsky down to the minors and let him develop with top minutes. Because I don't know if I want to ride him yet on the third line and ruin his development. And we're going to offer Genoa a 3-year contract just to have insurance policy on the back end in case anyone gets hurt. But he will not be a staple on our team at all. Let's see if we get these guys on our team. Walker was extremely happy to sign. And Cheno loves the interest, but he goes to the Ducks. Man, that guy's a problem. Anytime I'm a GM of an organization, that guy's a problem. Ticket sales are doing great, man. 97% season tickets sold out in everything. The suites, upper, lower bowl, the club seats. People want to watch the Leafs play hockey. Our owner has set out some goals for us. I want 39 sellouts this year. All right. I want 40 wins this year. That should not be a problem with this squad. And we need to upgrade the store by a level. That's fine. That'll be easy to do. State of the team seller. As a seller, my expectations are low. We're not in selling mode. This owner and I are on two different ballparks on what we think this team is established to do. He fits right into the second line. That's what I wanted to see. Hopefully he can develop into a first liner to play along with Bedard. Because Bedard being 5'11", having a 6'3" on his line would be lovely. Now we just need to work on finding ourselves a developing right winger. We move on from Palat. We can bring Gunther up a little bit because I think we're just going to ruin his career if he's a second or if he's a fourth liner. I really do. And our scratches are Armia and Kaminsky, but we knew that. We're just going to send Kaminsky down. We knew that was coming, right? So we're going to go to roster moves. Unfortunately, we got to rip the C off Olofsson before he even gets to wear it. We're going to give it to Bedard. We're going to give the A to Johansson. We're going to give the other A to Sandin. And we're just going to start with that as our core. Let the boys know we have faith in this young group. And we're going to go from there. Roster moves need to happen. Because Kaminsky is not sitting on the bench as a defenseman. We can't have that happening. That'll just be a waste. So send him down. And if we need to, we'll bring somebody up. Maybe we bring him up. But we need him down there playing big minutes and developing. What are our thoughts on Oscar Johansson? Our thoughts are we give him a trial. But chances are, coach, he is not going anywhere. I agree, a 9-day trial. Okay, 9 games. You give him 9 games, and when you come back to me, you say, hey, he's staying. It's the only way me and you are going to get along in this whole ordeal, coach. DeAngelo is going to stay. Malgin is already injured. I don't like the look of that. Sandin gets big minutes. I love the look of that. And this team looks like it's gonna be a force. So this is what we're looking at going into day 1 of our 3rd season. Looking like a great team, and we'll just have to wait and see how they look and how they perform. But in this team we trust. But all right, guys, there we go. We were through the offseason. It was a relaxing offseason, and then it got very busy. And then we made some good moves with the team. We did a very aggressive move at the draft day, and we picked up a huge piece of our team. And I really hope it pans out, but we're going to have to worry about signing both of these guys. And let's see how some of these moves work. But I do appreciate everyone coming out. And if you have any questions, I will be sure to check social media for any of those, and we'll try to answer them in our next couple of videos. But guys, I hope you enjoy the season. I hope we have a great season and we go farther than we did last year. But hold on to your socks, because we're getting into it. Have a good night.